Solana is absolutely pumping. In this video, we're going to break down why that is and where it can go. Now, down below there are chapters, so you can fast forward to the sections that you want to help you get around the video easier, to skip over me rambling the bits that you don't want to hear about. Also, this is not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. Please do your own research before getting in on the crypto space. It's hella risky. Now, one of the first reasons why Solana is absolutely pumping is Breakpoint is on right now. Now, Breakpoint is the Solana conference. So it's got all these developers, it's got everyone from the ecosystem there, and it's over in the Netherlands, so over in Amsterdam at the moment, and it is going off. So it started on October 30 and it ends on November 3rd, so it ends in a few days time. Now what this means is it means that all really cool announcements, really cool things are happening. Things pop up on the timeline when you're on crypto Twitter or crypto X. Lots of announcements, lots of things on YouTube. There's lots of media coverage around Breakpoint, and because there's lots of media coverage around Breakpoint, it then drives up the price. People get a little bit of FOMO. This then just runs on, runs up, and then you build this momentum that you usually get when we actually have a look. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you a chart. Now, this point right here is Breakpoint. Now you can see the run up that we had the week before Breakpoint. It ran up around 57%, and Breakpoint is at this point here. Now, if you actually go back to the 2022 Breakpoint, you can see that I've actually labeled it here. The weeks beforehand as well, if you take the low getting into Breakpoint, it ran up around 24%. So as you can see, leading up to Breakpoint, there has been price rises. Then in the 2021 Breakpoint, you can see the same kind of deal. In the run up, it went up around 43%. Now, what this means is it means that if you were going to play the game, you can see that it has run up going into breakpoints in the past, leading into the anticipation of what's going to announce, because the Solana Foundation, all the builders want to build up what they're doing. They want to kind of tout it, they want to promote it, they want people to get excited about what is happening in Solana, what they're doing, which then in itself builds up the hype. Now, I want to point out really quick that what did I do on the 27th of October? I was like, hey everyone, Solana is repeating Ethereum bull run price prediction and projection. I broke down why I was dollar cost averaging, DCAing into Solana, and why I thought it was making some great moves. And what happened on the 27th of August, where were we sitting? We were sitting at around $20 US. $20 US, we're currently sitting just under 40 there. What is that? That's a big ass gain. You could have made a clean 2x if you were watching my content. So make sure you go down there, hit that like button, hit that subscribe, tell me how much you're absolutely loving Solana. So yeah, big shout out to myself for absolutely killing it and getting it right. I have been on a rip with Solana. Now, another thing and another reason that Solana is absolutely popping off, and this is off the back of Breakpoint, is the fact that Firedancer has launched on testnet. Now, the reason I bring this chart up, this chart is from Van Eck, and they do a whole bunch of analytics, things like that. You can see just how crazy the Solana Tech and Solana Firedancer is going to be. This is Ethereum, 0.08. This is the data in megabytes per second. Then you have a look at Solana as it is right now, which is a beast in itself of a chain with how fast it can go, 125 megabytes per second. And then when we get to Firedancer, we essentially do a clean 10x. It is a factor above Solana. So this is the amount of transactions that can be done. You can just see that it absolutely, like Firedancer absolutely dwarfs all of the other chains in what they're doing. And this is why people are excited, because this then shows a use case. This shows that the foundation, everyone that is in Solana pushing forward the tech, pushing through with what Solana's doing, is actually doing a good job, and they're actually delivering. They're actually putting stuff out. People are getting excited, which then gets people happy to invest. And this is where the price essentially runs up, because we have Solana saying they're going to do something and then actually doing it, running it out, testing it, and just breaking down barriers and going straight hard. So because Firedancer has actually launched on testnet, this gets people excited, which is also the reason why we've seen the likes of Visa looking at Solana to do the actual transactions, like the transactions on the chain itself, to actually get settlements done very fast, because it's looking like Solana can actually do it at a low cost, but then such a crazy volume of them. Now, another reason why Solana has been absolutely popping off and rocketing is the inflows. Now, this is from coin shares, but it's some data from Bloomberg as well. What you can see here is this is over the sort of last week. In terms of Bitcoin, there has been almost $300 million into Bitcoin. Ethereum outflows. The second highest asset, Solana, $23 million in the last week has flown into Solana. This means that people are putting their money and their confidence into Solana and behind Solana. When you look at the month to date, we have 66 million, and the year to date, we're almost at 100 million. Looking at this is why when you're looking at different chains, so I'm not trying to go on a Bitcoin versus Ethereum versus Solana versus like anything like that, just showing you the raw stats and the data. It shows you that over the last week, month, or day, people are moving into Solana second behind Bitcoin. This shows you just how much confidence and how much momentum when it comes to the general public, the retail trader, but possibly some of the institutional people and the family offices that have the ability to move in and scoop up some of these assets, what they're actually doing, because we're seeing some crazy numbers moving in on Solana. And I think this just shows you why the numbers are running up, because people are buying. It's looking like people are moving out of assets like Ethereum and then moving them into something like Solana. And this could be off the back of Breakpoint. This could be the back of Firedancer. But when you actually look at the year to date and the month to date, you can still see these numbers are quite high. So you can see that people are just moving into Solana second behind Bitcoin. So that is a very good bullish sign when it comes to Solana. Now, I touched on this earlier, but I think the main reason that everyone comes here is how high can Solana go? Now, as bullish as I am on Solana, as much as I've been DCAing in on Solana, I don't see too much of a push up, especially after Breakpoint. Right now, I'm not buying Solana, even though I'm DCAing on Solana, I'm not buying Solana on these green days, because even though I have missed out on multiple of these days, I did DCA in at, let me just get in a little bit closer. I did DCA in on these days right here because we had a little bit of a cool off, but on these 3 days here, I have not been buying in. On green days, I'm not buying in on Solana. Not financial advice, do your own research, because I don't want to be trying to chase a pump or catch a pump. I want to see where things consolidate and then go from there. What I am doing personally is I am waiting for Breakpoint to finish to see what happens to the the price, see if it consolidates, see if there is a pullback. So I can see Solana going, if we go absolutely crazy, I see Solana going, it might kiss the 45 mark, but I don't see it going any much higher. And I do think it needs to pull back and consolidate a little bit. When we actually have a look at some of the sort of resistances, what we can actually see here is the 38 has been a little bit of this on the daily, a resistance there, a resistance there. It's looking like it's a resistance there. We are at a territory where I don't think it can run too much up right now, because we need things to cool off, we need things to consolidate. And the reason why I'm saying it could kiss around that 45 is you can see right here we had, it tried to punch through 3 different times at around that 46, 47, 48 mark. That's why I think we could kiss the 45, but then I do think we will come back down to around that 40 and it will most likely consolidate there. But this is contingent off the back of Firedancer absolutely killing it, an announcement on when it's actually going to roll out, people having the confidence to hold in and then go from there. People in the cryptocurrency space are very, very, they have a short attention span. They want to flip, they want to move in and out of things. But at the moment, it's looking like Solana has had an absolutely great run. And this, if you've seen these cycles before, if you've seen it before, this always scares you. The last time we had a run up, pulled back. Run up, I see a pullback. But as long as we're putting in, so you can see a low there, a higher low there, a higher low there. I do think we'll see a higher low again. I don't think we're just going to go straight up, sort of rocket to the moon up here. Sorry if you are looking for a bunch of that hopium to just get down and smell off the table, just breathe in that hopium. I'm not going to give it to you right here. Solana has done an absolutely great move, basically a clean 2x if you were DCAing in over the last couple of months. So For those that got in, this is a very good spot to kind of sit, wait, consolidate. For those that have bought in the last few days, it's going to be sketchy, it's going to be holding, and I think that if it does pull down to around that 35 mark, you will get some people starting to offload and all of that. So that is a look at what is happening with Solana, why it's pumping, and why I think it's got a little bit of a potential, and where I see it going over the next few days to a week, maybe a month. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you did, go down there, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, tell me where you think Solana will go to. I can't wait to see what your price predictions are and over the next month or two. Thank you. I had a pleasure making this video. Hopefully you enjoyed watching it, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one.